Just no, because okay, and I'll give it to Jason in a moment when he needs it.
Joy sounds good. I'll take Joy. I'll take Joy.
Keep the Kleenex like out front and center. Okay. I might have to down notch this belt a bit. I don't know. Okay. I can't see straight. All right.
We are also closer.
הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. שלום עליכם, 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 שלום עליכם. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is. Let me hear you. I can't hear you sing it. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. שלום עליכם, 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 שלום עליכם. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Last time, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's so wonderful to see you here as we can celebrate Shabbat. It is certainly a beautiful day outside, and we are going to bring in that goodness, to bring it into this space. Create more light and blessing and celebrate Shabbat, for it is truly what is important. It gives us a time to reflect on what's truly important in our lives. It is Shabbat, Henry. Yes. It's Shabbat. It's not only our day of rest, but our day to reflect on what's truly important in our lives, our family, our friends, our community. And so we have a lot of community to celebrate tonight. We have been a mitzvah, we have an ufruf, we have a wedding blessing, and we also get to honor and celebrate our dear colleague, Rabbi Jason Fenster. And so I am so excited that we can be here in this space, but also, for the last 3 years, there's been a computer and a camera sitting right here. And it's not there tonight. which is pretty amazing because we've installed new cameras and they work. And so, hello, friends on Zoom. I now see there's a red light, which tells me to look at that camera, which is pretty amazing. And so, I want to thank Josh Mason Barkin and Leslie Block and Anna and Mike. Josh and Leslie were here from about 6 a.m. to I don't even know how late at night, nearly every day this week. And so, much gratitude to all of you. And I hope I don't even know. Now they're all on. See, I thought it was green. Green means go often. Anyways, I'm so glad that we are able to experience and extend our community here into our Zoom sanctuary. And so I'm so grateful for you all to be joining us as well. But let us turn to our neighbors and greet each other, wish each other Shabbat Shalom, and then we'll come back together and bring more light into this space.
All right, so as Rabbi Sherman said, a big weekend with lots of celebrating, and we're really, we can't wait to celebrate some of our young people who are about to take on the mantle of Torah and tradition as they become B'nai Mitzvah. So, Shayna, Isaac, Dylan, and Carter, will you please come on up, bring your parents, your siblings, come bring some Shabbat light to our community. Erdman Berkowitz. Isaac, come on over. Wagner, Erdman Berkowitz. Wagner, come on over this way. All right, here we go. Moms, front and center. Moms first. Here we go. Like this one.
No, he said mom's.
B'nai Mitzvah, come forward. We're going to say the blessing together. Ready? Blessing. We're going to say the candle blessing. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
So we can turn in our prayer books to page 123.
Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzon v'anu, v'shabbat kodsho, v'ahava uvratzon hinhiranu, zikaron l'maseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehila, Lemikrai Kodesh, Zecher Litziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu Vacharta, V'tanu Kidashta, Mikol Hamim, V'shabbat Koshecha, V'achava Uvratzon, Inhal Tamu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. And on behalf of our sisterhood, I want to invite Andy Swidler to come forward to present some gifts to our B'nai Mitzvah students.
Oh, they can hear me.
No, they
They can hear me. Okay. I have to tell you that this is a first for me tonight. I've done this a lot of times, but I've never had to bring a shopping bag of gifts because there's so many of you. It is my honor to be here tonight to wish each and every one of you Mazel Tov, and the same to all your family and friends. On behalf of the sisterhood here at BJBE, I have Kiddush cups for each one of you. They're wrapped. I know you're going to unwrap them sometime this weekend, but much more importantly than that, I hope that you will take them out and use them when you celebrate Shabbat dinners at your home. And in Judaism, there are a lot of holidays when we drink wine, and this is good. You can use your Kiddush cups. So once again, Mazel Tov to each and every one of you.
Thank you.
Mazel tov to you and your families, and may those cups of sweetness give you much blessing in the years ahead. Let us turn to page 130. Kabbalat Shabbat, these opening prayers of Shabbat, are built to have us shout out how excited we are that Shabbat is here. And so we begin with the prayer, Lechu Neranena, come let us sing out loud, joyously to our God. Let us join together.
Page 138, this beautiful song of Shabbat. It tells us, wake up, get up, there's light that's coming. You have a song you have to sing. When we come to this sacred space, when we're here together, it awakens us. It helps us see the light that charts a path forward, and we have no choice. Our bodies burst forth together in song and celebration of Shabbat. 138.
Nekabel חריצי יריש בן פרצי בן ישמחה בן נגילה איי 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 לך דודי איי 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 לקראת כלה
If you're able, please rise.
בני שבת איי 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 לקבלה איי 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 לך דודי איי 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 לקראת כלה איי 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 בני שבת איי 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 לקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בנה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה איי 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 לך דודי איי 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 לקראת כלה איי 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 בני שבת איי 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 לקבלה איי 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 לך דודי איי 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 לקראת כלה איי 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 בני שבת איי 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 לקבלה.
We'll remain standing on page 146. My friends.
Together we respond. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach
לעולם ועד.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai. You may be seated. Do you want to get a microphone? Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bivaro ma'ariv arabim v'chochma poteach sha'arim uvitmuna meshana itim
Umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem berakia kirtzono.
borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or uma'avir yom umevi layla umavdil bein yom uvein layla Adonai tzvaot shemo El Chai v'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hama'ariv Aravim.
Page 152.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך
וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם.
אני
אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת. On page 157, let us read together at the top of the page. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining
hands, marching together.
We join together with words of Micha Mocha, words of wonder and awe, page 158. We turn to page 160 and 161. Some weeks it's really easy to see that shelter of peace that's constructed by communities like ours that come together amidst difficult moments to build something sacred and holy through love and peace and friendship. Some weeks it's really easy to see and some weeks it's harder. I certainly saw it this week. And so as we create shelters of peace by the ways in which we care and love and lift up each other, that is how we are God's partners in this world. And that's what we share and express and give gratitude to God for with these words, "Let there be love," page 161.
Adonai Eloheinu, Ashkivenu Leshalom, Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Ashkivenu Leshalom. Among us, let peace and friendship be our shelter.
In those weeks when we're the ones providing the shelter, the ones when we need it, we always get to come back to this palace in time, this sacred moment we have called Shabbat, that is a gift throughout the generations, that is where we come to refill the tank to do our sacred work in the world. 162.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם מריד עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם מריד עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם מריד עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם מריד עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם מריד עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם מריד עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם מריד עולם.
We'll turn to page 164. We'll rise together.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Adonai, Sefatai Tiftav, Ufi Ahi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, let my mouth may declare your praise. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu velo אלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We'll take time to offer the words of the Siddur or the words of our heart, and follow along in your prayer book up until, I should look at the page number, shouldn't I? Until 180. And feel free to stand or sit as is most comfortable for you. We are a bold and audacious people. We don't just ask for peace. Prayer for peace isn't petition. It's a demand. God, place peace on us. Give it to us. Put it on our shoulders so we can carry peace about with us. Not just a little bit of peace. We want Rav. We want great, big, gigantic, overwhelming, abundant peace for us and for all peoples. At this moment and in every moment to come, we don't ask for it, God, we demand it. Give us peace. And when we feel peace descend, we will be God's partners in building a world worthy of that most sacred gift. 178.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Ki ata lefado lekol hashalom. Ki ata lefado lekol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Baruch atah Adonai, hamavarech et amo Yisrael v'et kol amei ha'olam b'shalom. Blessed are you, Adonai, who blesses your people Israel and all peoples of the earth with peace.
On page 371, we offer prayers for those who are in need of healing, mind, body, spirit, or soul. So if you are thinking of someone this evening, I invite you to rise, and together we'll share the names of those loved ones, those near to us, those so far from us, but in our hearts and in our minds, that we want to share the names of them for asking for prayers of healing. I think we can actually. And on Zoom, I invite you to use the chat box at this time. Eric? We also add the names and pray for Dottie Freeman, Shoshana Aliyah Batzavachana, Scott Kane, Lynn Kleiman, Barbara Wilson, Shirley King, Ron Prebish, Leah Bat-Yehuda Leif Shechana, Donna Critchever, Connie Cash, Chuck Doolittle, Leah Tamar, Roberta Chanowski, Eleanor Weiner, Ben Goldstein, Lindsay Anderson, Arnie Shore, and Jeremy Goldberg. Let us join together.
Help us find the courage
As we do each week, we take a moment to express our gratitude to God for the God-given moments in our lives, birthdays, anniversaries, or other God-given moments of celebration like becoming B'nai Mitzvah. Mazel tov to you all. There you are. There you are. And there you are. Mazel tov. We're so excited to celebrate with your families this weekend. If you've celebrated a birthday in the last week, can you... Ethan, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Leah, happy birthday. We're so excited. Joshua, you too? Yeah. Happy birthday. Michael, happy birthday. And happy birthday and happy birthday. Who else? Marcus? It was my birthday. Oh my gosh. Cantor Curland. We celebrated it a lot, and I'm so glad that we can celebrate it on Shabbat as well. Happy birthday. If you celebrate an anniversary this week, happy anniversary. Harfield, happy anniversary. You guys, happy anniversary, Rabbi and Gavi. Oh, anyone else? Happy anniversary. And so, Rabbi, happy anniversary to you. So, Rabbi, do we have another anniversary?
Hetty and Robert are celebrating their 60th anniversary today in this moment. So I want to offer some special words of blessing. What a special joy and privilege for us to bear witness to you in 60 years of your love and relationship and marriage together. We want to offer you some special words of praise and blessing. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, God of our ancestors, bless Hetty and Robert on this, the 60th anniversary of their marriage. May you reflect with deep gratitude upon the years that have passed. Many and varied have been your experiences since that moment. May you recall together the joys that have sweetened your lives. May you be thankful for the strength that allowed you to weather the storms and all the joyful moments that brought you to this sacred time. God, you've been with this couple through all their years together, and so may you continue to bless them with your presence in the years to come, to which we'll all say together, Amen. Mazel tov, mazel tov.
60 years, something to be incredibly proud of. So Ethan and Alana, do you mind coming forward to the bima? Hetty and Robert, I want to know, do you remember the moment you got engaged? Great. Do you remember if you ever, come on up, if you ever had a blessing for an upcoming marriage, your marriage, did you ever have a blessing in the synagogue? Not for 60 years, but at the beginning. Not sure, right? So Ethan and Alana have come before your congregation to be able to be blessed on their upcoming marriage. So Ethan and Alana, I don't want to make you nervous, but 60 years is something to aspire to. So maybe you can get together at the Oneg, and Hetty and Robert can tell you all of their secrets for a beautiful marriage for 60 years, because that is surely something to aspire to. But in this moment in time, you come before your family and your friends and your community for us to offer you a blessing. You're getting married in July, the very 1st of July, right? Excellent. They met over 10 years ago at U of I. And when I had an opportunity, I knew that was going to happen, which is why I said it. And I had the opportunity to talk to you both a little bit and ask you what you loved about each other and what made you strong as a couple. And the two things that you shared with me, you shared many things, but the two things that you shared with me was your deep understanding of one another, your deep, beautiful, and abiding values that you both share, and that understanding of one another values sharing, having an outlook on life. When things are hard, those are the things that anchor you. And we cannot wait for the next 60 years in your lives, God willing. But for now, Kol sason v'kol simcha, voice of joy and gladness. We rejoice with you on this Shabbat as you prepare to enter the chuppah. May you know joy and gladness throughout your years together, and the strength of spirit for times of sorrow and hardship. We pray that your new home will be filled with delight, laughter, and unending devotion for each other. May you build a Jewish home. May that Jewish home be based on asim tovim, acts of goodness, and may you be blessed with happiness, love, and peace. And so we say together, Baruch atah Adonai, blessed are you, God, for this opportunity for us to be able to celebrate with you together here. Blessed are you, God, for all of the joyful moments we share as a community and for the joy of this loving couple. And to that we say, Amen. If you are throwing candy, you must throw underhand, gently, as we sing, Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov, Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov, Siman Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Siman Tov, Yehelanu, 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 Ulecho Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael.
And so for the gift of partnerships and birthdays and anniversaries and becoming B'nai Mitzvah and about to stand under the chuppah, we give thanks to God with words of Shehachianu. Let us join together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
What a gift it is to be here in community and to have the opportunity to celebrate a really wonderful human being and an extraordinary rabbi. Jason, before I even applied to become the senior rabbi here, you and I sat on Zoom, you in your office and me in Boston, and you talked about this community with such great passion and energy and enthusiasm and a lot of joy. Well, I've worked with you for only a year. In that short time, I've seen the way in which you compassionately listen. And you shape what you have heard within the context of your Torah and the Torah you know. And you find meaningful and inspiring ways to share it back with our community and the larger world. It has been such a privilege to share the Bima with you and to learn the ways in which this community has shaped your rabbinate. And I have learned from you so much as well. After 6 years of dedicated service to BJBE, as you move on to become a senior rabbi of Congregation Kol Ami, tonight we reflect and appreciate you for the ways in which you've enriched our community. with your presence at life cycle and ritual moments, and with your leadership in Tikkun Olam. You have guided our B'nai Mitzvah students in finding meaning and purpose in their Torah portions, and have taught and inspired our adult learners both inside and outside the classroom. While we will miss Rabbi Fenster and his family very much, I am excited that you will now have the opportunity to return home to New York, to lead an incredible congregation with your compassionate spirit, love of Torah, and pursuit of justice. Gavi, thank you for sharing Jason with our community. It is a gift that is truly beyond measure, and this community is deeply grateful. Benjamin and Henry, we are so blessed by your presence in our community and look forward to watching you grow from afar. This weekend would not have been possible without the dedication and hard work of our alliteration, Fenster Farewell Committee. Did I do it okay? Okay. Fenster Farewell Committee. Thank you for helping to shape our celebration on this Shabbat. So I want to thank Marilee Waldron and Melanie Berkowitz, Dave and Tracy Horwich, Andrew Abrams. I want to thank Leslie Block and Arlene Maisel and Cantor Frost, who've also helped shape and guide us in this committee work. And our entire office staff and maintenance teams for helping to do all the big and small things. And so many others who've helped guide our planning for this weekend and for baking and for finding many, many ways to express gratitude to our rabbi. Jason, may you continue to be blessed in all that is good. May you continue to love what you do, and may it give you enduring strength, blessing, and joy. It's a great privilege as a rabbi to be able to mentor and to bring on a rabbinic partner. And so while unfortunately Rabbi Kedar is not able to be here tonight, Rabbi, she shared a video for us to have her voice and her presence with us this evening.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm so sorry I'm not there to celebrate with you and offer our gratitude to our beautiful rabbi and his family for all they've done for our community. As you're seeing this, I'll be in Boston celebrating a family bar mitzvah, so I'm out of town. You know, Jason, we often tell the story about how we met. I actually barely remember the moment that we met, which was in the interview of, 15, 20 minutes, where we had rapid fire and maybe we saw 20 people in succession and you were one of them. But I do remember that I was so enthralled and so mesmerized by your charisma and your passion that I asked to see you again. So we met at some bar off in the corner, thinking we would not find anybody around, and as it was, we walked into a room where all your friends were hanging out, and we found a corner table. And I listened, and I watched. And what I saw was a rabbi before me, not a student who was being ordained, not a kid, but truly a rabbi. And the qualities of that rabbi that I saw were kindness. Jason, you are so incredibly kind. And all of us have been the recipient of that kindness, and it will serve your rabbinate well and your life well. You are truly just a beautiful person. And the other thing I saw was enormous passion for social justice, passion for Jewish learning, passion for the Jewish people, passion for everything that you possibly do in your life. And that combination of kindness and passion, that is a huge foundation for what your rabbinate has evolved to be. The people that you are going to serve are going to be so lucky to fall into the corner of your world in which you hold kindness in the world, passion in the world, and I'll add one more thing, enormous sincerity. You truly believe in the goodness of people, in the sacred, in the curiosity of the mind, in our ability to make this world a better place. I refused to say goodbye to you. Last night when we had dinner, I said, we are definitely forever. And you know that anyone who wanders into the corners of BJBE is also forever. You are now in the history of our community and one of our rabbis, and we will remember you fondly for your kindness and beauty, for your passion, and for your deep sincerity. And we offer the gratitudes of our heart for all that you have given us. Gavi, you and your family are about to embark on a huge adventure. And I know this new community will embrace the two of you as you bring up your family and as you both endeavor to bring this world into a better place. We love you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi. I'd like to call forward Rebecca Harfield. Share some words on behalf of our teen community.
A good leader inspires people to follow. The best leaders inspire us to lead ourselves. Over the course of his 6 years at BJBE, Rabbi Fenster has done just that. Our community, and I in particular, couldn't be more grateful. Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca Harfield. I recently graduated from Deerfield High School, and I will be a freshman at the University of Texas at Austin in the fall. I've been fortunate enough to work, learn, and grow alongside Rabbi Fenster, and am very lucky to know him not just as a rabbi, but as a role model and friend. Amidst the aftermath of the Buffalo and Uvalde shootings during my junior year of high school, Rabbi Fenster encouraged me to speak at a vigil marking the tragedy at Deerfield Village Hall. At first, I was reluctant to speak. I had never done anything like it before and didn't know if I was up for the task. But Rabbi Fenster assured me I was. He mentored me, helping me craft and perfect my remarks, and he stood by my side as I delivered them. That meant so much to me. I know that I'm not alone among his hundreds of confirmation students, bar and bat mitzvahs, and congregation members. He has done that, encouraged us, stood by us, and demonstrated true moral courage for nearly everyone at BJBE during his time here. Rabbi Fenster, thank you for everything. Thank you for shaping me into the individual that I am today, for instilling courage and confidence within me, and for being there for me no matter what. Rabbi Fenster is what a true leader should be: passionate, dedicated, and moral. We are all better for having had him lead our community, and may we all follow his example. Your future congregation is truly so lucky, and although we will all miss you, we wish you all the best and mazel tov. Shabbat Shalom.
On behalf of our farewell committee, I'd like to invite Mara Lee Waldron, Tracy Horwich, and Melanie Berkowitz.
When Rabbi Fenster first arrived, BJBE was a congregation that was pretty good at doing social action. But he is leaving a congregation that is even better at social action, but more importantly, one that has learned what it means to have a deep commitment to social justice, one that is not only concerned with addressing the immediate needs of our community, but is also working to fix the root causes of injustice everywhere. And he not only led us by example, but he taught by example too, how to organize, how to make connections with each other, and how to dig deep to make a difference in social justice work that is, as he reminded us, a marathon and not a sprint. Through his teachings and encouragement, we've become ready and able to continue the work that he helped us begin. So on behalf of the hundreds of people who've interacted with you should look at you actually, who have interacted with you in pursuit of social justice. I'm excited to continue that legacy into BJBE's future. And I have your phone number, so don't be surprised if you get a text or two. It's obvious that anyone and everyone who comes in contact with you, that everything you do comes from the heart. And so we commissioned a piece of art that speaks to the joy and meaning of how we see you as our rabbi. We call it Speaking Joy, and we know that you will continue to do that just for your new congregation at Kolami, just like you did for us. Thank you. You want to come up and open it while you keep talking? Okay. Okay.
Can I just hug you?
Of course.
Dave and I have been honored to be part of this farewell planning committee. In your years here, Rabbi Fenster, you have encouraged each member of my family to think about how we show up at BJBE, not just for ourselves or to be part of a community, but to also reflect on our place and responsibilities in the world around us. As a family, that has meant being more present at Shabbat. For me personally, it was when you asked if I would step up and take on more leadership with the Social Justice Committee. For Joshua, it meant staying involved in confirmation and in the youth group. And for Ethan, it meant staying engaged post-bar mitzvah and asking those deep spiritual questions of you frequently. As our committee started brainstorming a gift, I happened to read an article in the foreword about a new concept launched by newly ordained Rabbi Andrew Kaplan Mandel, similar to a tzedakah box, but instead a tzedek box. Driven by the desire to increase the frequency of Jewish justice work in the form of a new ritual or holiday, an idea was created to fill a tzedek box, not with coins, but with written reflections on acts of tzedek or righteousness to improve our world, including volunteer work, advocacy, and philanthropy. Rabbi Mandel said, taking stock of our behavior, not just on Yom Kippur, but every day, is a Jewish concept. We say we are about tikkun olam, but the box does not lie. It has data inside of it. What did we actually do? What do our journal entries tell us? When I read this, it just felt so in tune with the messages we hear from you that so clearly come from your heart and your soul. I was excited to share this with the committee, and we all agreed, yes, this is who you are. And I'm so grateful that my dear friend Marilee was able to move this idea from an idea to actuality.
Rabbi Fenster, I'm so happy to be part of this committee to honor you. Your 6 years have been a gift to us, and now we would like you to have the tzedek box in honor of our time together. We would like you and our congregation to know more about the creation of your tzedek box. How did we take this concept and make it come to life? We asked our very own Tyler Passmore, who is a talented artisan, to envision the tzedek box for you and how that would look, Rabbi. He created this box by hand, customized for you. We thank you, Tyler, for your creativity, flexibility, and hard work. We worked together to include some very important and meaningful designs and words that reflect our deep admiration and respect for you, Rabbi Fenster. The color of the wood is what we have throughout our synagogue, BJBE. The color blue was chosen not only as an artistic decision, but because it's your favorite color. The size was chosen so it can be filled with words and acts of tzedek. The outside of the box is etched with the Hebrew words from Deuteronomy 16:20. Tzedek, tzedek, tirdof. Justice, justice, you shall pursue. So fitting for you, Rabbi. Tyler has inlaid a brass plate with a message from our congregation, and I would like to share it with all of us now. To our dear Rabbi Fenster, we cherish our 6 years of learning, with you and from you, and your leadership in guiding us towards Tikkun Olam. With gratitude and love, Congregation BJBE, June 9th, 2023. On behalf of our congregation, our sacred community, I am honored to present you with this tzedek box. It's one of a kind, just like you.
Thank you, Tyler.
Wow. Upside down.
Oh. Wow, it's beautiful. Thank you. Amazing. Charlie, I'll read the note that's in there. Thank you. Thank you. This really means a lot. It's beautiful. Tyler knows what he's doing.
Thank you, Tyler. I'd like to call up our board president, Mark Brodson.
Rabbi Fenster, I just want to express on behalf of the congregation our gratitude for your incredible leadership and wisdom, teaching, and guidance over the past 6 years. From my own standpoint, you've presided over B'nai Mitzvah of my 2 boys, my father's funeral. It's been amazing having you as part of our community. I want to tell you that when you first came in, I remember your first sermon, and you were nervous, you spoke really quickly, and one of the congregants next to me reached over and said, "He speaks really quickly." And I've had the pleasure of watching you evolve into a phenomenal clergy member, and your sermons have continued to get better and better, and slower, yes. And I absolutely love the best sermon of all times, the Olive Bet sermon, which will go down in history. And I believe that was Rosh Hashanah the year before last. So I know that everybody in this room has a lot of different ways to say thank you. We can't all take the microphone. And I know that everybody is anxious to get onto your own egg. So I have the privilege of providing you with your final gift this evening, which is a book that all of our congregants have written to you, expressing their thanks and gratitude for your incredible service. I just want to leave everybody and Rabbi, you with this parting thought. BJBE is a congregation that prides itself on raising and growing incredible clergy. And if you look from coast to coast, you will find fabulous examples of the growth that has taken place in these walls. And you are now joining that elite group of alumni. Again, thank you very much. Always remember, we were the place where it all began, and we look forward to seeing you do incredible things at Kol Ami. Thank you.
Aseh lecha rav ukneh lecha chaver. Acquire yourself a teacher and find yourself a friend. As Mark just said, one of the greatest joys of this congregation is to find, to nurture, and to raise clergy. We have a long and beautiful tradition of doing so, and now Rabbi Fenster, Jason, you are part of this legacy. So I don't think I've ever shared this story with you. The day you came to interview, after the round of 15, 20 minutes like that, and you actually walked into BJBE, it was a long day, a couple of days, and we had some time to sit in Rabbi Kadar's office, just the three of us. And we spent some time together, and you talked about what you hope to bring to BJBE, and you talked about what you hope to learn. And after that meaningful conversation, you talked about your passions and your vision. And I walked out of our office, and I walked into my office, and I sat down. And Rabbi Kadar walked into my office, closed the door, and said, "So what'd you think?" And I burst into tears. Because I said, I want that to be my rabbi. I wanted you to be our rabbi here. And I was so, so incredibly grateful when you said yes. So from that moment, I want to tell you what I saw. Not unlike, I think, what you've heard consistently tonight. I saw your passion. I saw your drive to serve the Jewish people, to make the world a better place. I saw your light. I saw your humor, your authenticity, and your endless joy. And all of those qualities were so bright within you, and how you carried yourself, and you weren't even yet ordained. You hadn't even begun. So what have I seen in the past 6 years? As I've seen you take that passion, and I've seen you take the joy, and I've seen you share your vision, and I've seen you shape and mold and create a rabbinate that is worthy of this community and is worthy of the Jewish people. You've stood by us in our deepest moments of sadness, and you have stood with us in our greatest moments of joy. You have taught us, you have wrestled with us, you have pushed us to be better and to grow exponentially as a congregation. And for me personally, you have been a partner that fills me with laughter and grounds me. You have anchored me when I'm adrift. You have stood with me in my darkest and hardest moments, and you have encouraged me to be the best cantor and person that I can be. We have loved watching you grow. We have loved watching you and Gavi become parents to Benjamin and Henry. And they are so, yeah, you, bud. I'm talking about you. And they are so lucky to have you as anchors and guides in their life. I will miss our banter in the office, on the bima, off the bima, more than you will know. I don't know who's going to eat crazy, weird potato chip flavors with me. If you didn't know, Rabbi Fenster and I have a little bit of a potato chip fetish, and we try to outdo each other with the weirdest, strangest flavors we can find. You now know our secret. So we'll have to do that on Zoom. But more than that, I am grateful for all that you have given me and my family, and I am grateful for all that we have built here in this incredible community. You, Jason, have left an indelible mark, and you will always be part of this BJBE family, and we are better for having you as our rabbi. 6 years ago, we acquired ourselves a rabbi, and I found myself an incredible friend. May you go from strength to strength. We love you.
Hi. I remember being in the Sacred Hall on Erev Rosh Hashanah, my first year here. I looked out and I didn't know any of you. Yeah, we had met at Minyan in the courtyard or in the Shabbat in the chapel, at Graders or Torah on Tap at Linford Winery, but we didn't know each other yet. I look out now, tonight, I know you. We know each other. Together we have shared in moments of joy and sorrow. We quite literally saw into each other's homes and strengthened each other during a global crisis. We found new meaning in ancient texts. We used our hands, our feet, our voices to bring more justice and wholeness to the world. We've laughed and cried together. And as I stand here, looking out from this most amazing spot, this incredible place to stand and to serve, from this place that's become a home, I am overwhelmed with gratitude. I'm grateful for the incredible people that you all gave me the privilege of working with. Danny and like 7 people named Karen, Chime and Erica, Debbie, Sally, Ann, Missy, Sasha, Shepherd, Demi, Jacqueline, Larissa, Alec, for the people who keep this place beautiful. Tom and Dave, Jose, Flora, and Rudy. For Mike Konopka, who is an incredible talent, and I hope there are people like you and like Anna out east as well. And for the beautiful and talented Stephen Edwards, who guides our choir. For Emily Lasardi, who stepped up this year, did a hard, oh boy. Who served our children with joy. For Susie and her deep, abiding passion for the Jewish people and for Torah and for community. And Leslie, who is a ninja. She is the motor that makes everything happen. For the gift of time again with Arlene. For my clergy team. Friends and colleagues who I count as amongst my most important teachers. For Raina with her light and depth and intention. For Rabbi Kedar and the Kedarisms that my new congregation already knows they're going to hear ad nauseum. Who taught me to be brave and bold, to look into the future with clarity, confidence, humility, and imaginative vision. She taught me that anything is possible when you surround yourself with talent, with genius, and with heart. For Cantor Kurland, who came here during the pandemic and held all of us with humor and thoughtfulness. For Rabbi Sherman and the gift of bearing witness to the first stages of his vision. You already know, but I'm going to tell you again. He carries in him deep wisdom. He leads and teaches with good-heartedness and light. And I know that the future of this place is bright. And I cannot wait to see what happens next. And for Cantor Frost, there aren't words to say what our relationship has meant. The story I remember during, I don't know if it was Sukkot or Simchat Torah, but during Chag services, we were standing right here, had to turn around for the Amidah, and she had her prayer book in one hand and her microphone in the other. And I thought, oh no, she can't turn the page. So I turned it for her. And from that moment on, we were in sync. Together we pushed and we grew and we learned and sustained a community always rooted in love. This place and you people You people have left an indelible imprint on me and my family. We're excited for our adventure in New York and for the next steps. And you have been something so special to us. You all taught me how to be a rabbi. When I came, you didn't know me. I was a stranger who spoke at 1.5 speed. I just think that you all have caught up at this point. I don't know if I've slowed down. You all let me be your rabbi. You didn't have to, but you did. You let me be your rabbi. You let me try. You let me make mistakes and fail. You joined alongside me in my passions, and you graciously, beautifully shared your lives, your stories, your wisdom, your energy, and your passions. Without you, without this sacred congregation, I wouldn't be the rabbi I am today. This place, you watched me become a dad. This will always be the place where my babies were born. Your bima is where they entered into the covenant of the Jewish people. This is the place where they learned about joyful, musical, communal Judaism. They learned that synagogue is a place where they're safe and where they're loved and where there are cookies and an occasional junior mint in Dada's office. And so I thank my family as well. To Gavi, who took more than her fair share of the parenting, who held our family and held me, while also excelling in her work and service to the Jewish people. You may think that I had good ideas or creative ideas. It's time to come clean. They were all hers. I just had the benefit of packaging them and having a microphone. Gavi, you encourage me and push me to be my best. You keep me grounded. You are wise, and you are the well of comfort, strength, and purpose. And to my babies, to Benjamin and Henry, that's you, yeah, you. Thank you for letting me be your dada. Thank you for big hugs when I left the house in the middle of bath time or right before we read a bedtime story so I could come here to serve this community. Thank you for teaching me what it's like to have your heart living outside your body and what it means to have love grow and grow and grow. And thank you all for loving them too, for loving them when they interrupted a Zoom and accepting stickers during services, for playing tic-tac-toe during Hashkivenu, for giving us the knowing nod or warm smile or kind eyes when they cried or utzed or needed an extra snack or needed to run on and off the bima. Thank you all for teaching them to love synagogue and to know in the sanctuary they are safe and loved. And I want to thank you in advance for the way that I know you will welcome and celebrate Rabbi Goldstein in just a few short weeks. When I had the opportunity to speak with her, I told her about this place. I told her that this is a community that loves to love its rabbis, loves to love its clergy. By no merit of our own, we walk in the door, and this is a place that wants to love us and learn from us. So Rabbi Goldstein, Josh, which camera? That one? That one? Red, okay. Rabbi Goldstein, I don't know if you're watching. We'll tell you to watch later. These people, they are special, kind, gracious, passionate, dedicated people, committed to this community and to the Jewish people and to the world around them. They will love you. They'll be hungry for your Torah. They will follow you if you lead them, and you will grow because of the depth of their Torah and their commitment to our shared sacred task. Rabbi Goldstein, I am so excited for you to get to stand here and be the next rabbi of this community. I should probably teach a little bit of Torah, Shabbat. In our chapel and in sanctuaries, Jewish prayer spaces across the world, often you find the words, Da lifnei mi ata omed. Know before whom you stand. Normally it's near the ark, so that while you are in prayer, you look at it and see, before whom do you stand? You stand before God, the maker of heaven and earth, the ruler of the universe, the one who holds all of creation with justice and with kindness. But when your clergy turn around and we see those words, or when we sit in the chapel and they're off in the left corner and your eye catches them every time you lead, the words mean something different. Know before whom you stand. You stand before a community and a congregation to whom you have a sacred responsibility. To listen, to hear them, and to love them, and to walk alongside them. It has been such a privilege to stand before you. And as we move on to our next step and our next chapter, I carry you with me. I continue to stand before you. Mishaberach avotenu v'imotenu. May the God who blessed our ancestors bless us. Bless this community to continue to be the place where community matters. Bless us to be the place where we find the meaning and purpose of our lives, and that inspiration drives us to build a world of wholeness, of justice, and of peace. To do that together, to do it with love. To which we'll say, Amen, Amen.
Let's all rise as we're able.
Thank you.
In your pamphlet, there's a communal blessing, Rabbi Fenster, that we share to you. Take one step forward. Okay, one step back. There we go. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotinu v'imotenu, source of life and joy who blessed our ancestors. Bless Rabbi Jason Fenster, our dear colleague, teacher, and friend, as he embarks on a journey to fulfill his passions and potential. Let's join together. We are grateful for the honor of sharing in his rabbinic journey in sacred partnership. Rabbi Fenster, by living and leading authentically, you have reminded us to bring our true selves to this community. You have inspired us at every age and stage of life with your deep knowledge of and respect for Torah, teaching us to find meaning
and purpose in our lives. God bless Rabbi Fenster with an endless sense of wonder, with professional and personal fulfillment, and the opportunity to make a lasting impact on those whom he serves. May his work be meaningful, rewarding, and joy-filled. May his congregants be kind, and may his colleagues and partners be supportive.
May he be welcomed home to New York with open arms, just as we have embraced him and his family. God bless his family with a sense of security and shalom. May they know the love of a new congregational home and find joy in growing and sharing milestones together.
Eternal source of blessing, grant us the pleasure of an everlasting connection. May we work hard to sustain the gifts he has given us. May it be your will, O God, to lead Jason on a path of peace, and may he go from strength to strength. Amen.
Amen.
Gavi, Benjamin, Henry, will you join us up at the ark? We'll remain standing as the ark is opened.
May God bless you with all good. May God keep all evil from you. And may God fill your heart with wisdom. Embrace you with all the truth. May God lift up God's merciful face and shine on you
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. May God's light shine down upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom. Long life's journey, may you always know you have a home here, a home that cares about you and wants you to thrive and grow in all the ways that God blesses you. May you be blessed with a life of goodness and blessing and health and happiness and wholeness, God's most precious gift of completeness and shalom. Together we say amen.
May God lift up God's merciful face and shine on you for all time. And may God grant you eternal peace. And may God grant you eternal
We return to our prayer books and open to page 586.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Please be seated. Henry and Benjamin, we have some very special things for you. These are for you to take with you to New York, for you to play with, for you to remember us. And they say your names, and they have BJBE written on them. And we hope that every time you play with all the things in here, you will have so much fun and remember us because we love you. You're welcome. I think someone might have to hold that for Henry, but you'll see. And Gavi, and there's something for you, Gavi, that we have as well. This is something that we hope will always link you to us forever and ever. You are part of us just as we are part of you, and we love you, and we're so grateful for you.
As they return to their seats, let us turn to page 598. As we think of those who are here in observance of a yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of a loved one, or in a period of mourning. So if you are here this evening in observance of a yahrzeit or a period of mourning, I invite you to rise, and we'll share the names of the loved ones that we're remembering. And collectively, we can share the names of those who we are thinking of at this time. I'll just pass through and you can share the names. We can all kind of share them together.
To those names, oh, did we miss anyone? Did we miss anyone? To those names, we add in the period of Shiva, Sylvia Dubinsky, Sharon Feldman Gross, Harvey Hara, David Regenstreif, Maureen Wenner. We mark Shloshim for Donald Fays and Frank Bloom, and for Yartzeit for those who asked us to recite these names on their behalf. Remember Gladys Ehrenberg, Beryl Garfinkel, Michael Gordon, Saul Mendelson, Genevieve Novick, Sophie Novick, Marvin Reiner, Erwin Schless.
Let us rise together as you are able in support of the mourners among us as we join together in these sacred words. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, b'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam ulmei omaya. Yiparach v'yishabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekutsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram bi'ama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, huya aseh shalom. Ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Hu yahaseh shalom, yahaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, yahaseh shalom, yahaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be a blessing. Together we say amen. Amen. You may be seated. So I hope that you will join us tomorrow morning as we join together as a community, continuing to honor and celebrate Rabbi Fenster at 9:30 for Kol Shabbat. Rabbi, we actually have one more gift. More? Yes. Okay. Holy moly. So 1986 was a good year for you. It also happens that the Bears were the reigning champions. And so, a little bit, you've already been connected to Chicago, but here's one more thing. Hey! If you have not yet become bar or bat mitzvah, Benjamin and Henry, will you guys come along with Benjamin and Henry? Will you guys come forward and help lead us in Motzi, Rabbi?
Oh, okay. In the front.
In the front.
In the front. In the front.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Say shalom bimroma, huya say shalom aleinu. Say shalom bimroma, huya say shalom aleinu. Say shalom bimroma, huya say shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Shalom bin Rama.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.